under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, I'll call this regular Board of County Commissioners meeting to order on Tuesday, August 26th, 8:30 a.m. And Chair would move to approve the agenda as presented.
Second.
All right, motion is second. Any further discussion?
No.
All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
All right, and Chair would move to approve the consent agenda items A through H as presented.
Second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Okay, motion carries. That will move us into public comment. If there's anyone in the audience who would like to share any thoughts with us this morning, now is your chance. All right, Allison?
Good morning, Commissioners. Is this on? Yeah. Allison Anthony, just bringing you your information on voter fraud going on across the country and here locally. Just so you know, it isn't hard to find stories about what's going on. They're everywhere. There's all kinds of information. I'm just going to run through a few here. Number one, Michigan voter registration bombshell. Israeli addresses used to register multiple permanent absentee voters from a single Detroit coffee shop. Number two, half of the entire Hamtramck, Michigan City Council members have been charged for committing election fraud. In addition to Abu Musa busted stuffing stacks of absentee ballots at a city drop box for his own primary race, 2 others have been charged with election fraud for forging signatures on absentee ballots. Number 3, presentation from Mad Liberals on how to hack Dominion voting machines. There's an unprotected SQLite database on the ICX voting machines that can be altered. It also stores encryption keys in plain text. All these stories, I can send you the links and so that you guys can read them yourselves. And then one that's more local here, when watchdogs reached out in Colorado here, only 2 clerks answered. And here's an excerpt from this article. In late May 2025, the Colorado Institute for Fair Elections, a nonpartisan volunteer group, wrote to every clerk and recorder in all 64 counties. The ask was simple: meet, walk through the 5 critical weaknesses, and talk about solutions. The 5 critical areas are inaccurate voter rolls, audits not fully compliant with generally accepted government standards, which is like grading your own tax return with a smiley face sticker, restricted public access to election records, how ballots are tracked inside election offices, but once they're mailed, the chain of custody breaks until they come back. This is like a sealed pizza box, how a sealed pizza box matters, but so does who carried it from the oven to your door. There's no chain of custody there. Inadequate Dropbox video surveillance was the last one. COIF requested meetings to discuss these shortfalls, propose solutions, and offer support. The response was telling: only 2 counties engaged. Lake County with fewer than 6,000 voters and El Paso County with more than 565,000. 62 clerks said nothing. That's like a school's fire alarm going off and only 1 classroom lined up at the door. Only El Paso County Clerk Steve Schleicher agreed to engage, providing a 4-page email outlining his office's initiatives since his 2022 election. And those details are in the article. It's pretty interesting. I think that this shows that in Colorado, our clerks are afraid to say anything, and I think we know why. So they're afraid to even listen or communicate about election problems. And I have the link to that as well, and I'll send you guys an email on that later today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Allison.
Anyone else for public comment? Okay, moving on. Anything in general discussion?
Yeah, I would just say that last night Jeff and I went to the school board meeting. Mayor Chris was there. And just kind of gave them the update on the presentation or we gave a presentation for the tri-state settlement. And extended for them to be able to seat somebody on the board and kind of ask them if they could have that seat appointment on that board sooner than their next board meeting. If not, that we would just try to keep somebody in the loop in that deal, but that we're seating board members today, city council seating board members tonight. And we need to really get going on that tri-state money. They're running to write that first check January 1st. So we did that last night. It was well received and they were excited to be able to have a seat at the table. So other than that, it was good.
Perfect. Anything else?
No, we're good.
Okay. With that, we'll move right into our staff reports. We sent our natural resources director to an economic summit in Rifle today. So I'll just hit the highlights of this action. So similar to what you were presenting to the school board district, we have at our last meeting approved the Moffett County Economic Development Authority and the investment policy. And today we'll be seating the first two board members to that. After the first board is set and goes through the process of setting up the authority and going through all of that, even though the first check will be written in January of next year from that tri-state settlement, we probably won't have anything to take action and spend money on for quite some time. Part of our investment authority our investment policy was waiting until we had $1 million in interest before we started spending it on projects. There is the ability to have a super majority if something comes up that we just don't want to miss a huge opportunity because we're waiting to gather. But the initial deposit will be sitting there earning interest while the board is setting up and getting all of the details going and getting the RFP out for the investment firm. So with that, also the next round of boards after the next round of board members would follow our regular city and county policies for board appointments. But the first board, because we do have to get the RFP out, we do have to get things rolling so that we can have it set and in place when the first check comes in. We, in our discussions, said that our first board would be appointed and after that it would be applied for. With that said, I would move to appoint,
Skip. It's just an old one now.
can we go back to that one in a minute? That's that. I took my notes over the top of it, sorry. So I am out of order, but with the board appointments, each the city, the county, and the school district would have a certain term also that they would appoint for so that that first board is staggered. And with that, I would move to appoint Commissioner Booyer to our 3-year appointment and Dave Fleming to our 1-year appointment for the Moffett County Economic Development Authority Board.
Second.
Okay, motion is second. Any further discussion? Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Can I vote on this?
You can.
Okay, then aye.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm getting anything out of it on this gain of interest.
Get a little extra time on the books.
Going to meetings, yeah.
Meeting after meeting. All right.
Thanks, Dave.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Yes. All right, sorry. I will move back up to number 1 and I apologize for skipping that. We have a new letter of interest for our Hamilton Community Center Board. Amy Allen would like to fill the seat vacated by Tina Smith, and that board appointment would continue on Tina's term ending in December of 2026. And so I would entertain a motion with that.
Sure, I would make a motion that we appoint Amy Allen to fill the remaining term on the Hamilton Community Board.
All right.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Just thank her for stepping up and having the time to do that. So all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. And now we'll move on to the Office of Emergency Management, Todd Wheeler. Morning.
Good morning. So, what I'm bringing forth to you today is the Moffett County Office of Emergency Management obtained a ambulance back in 2017 to use as a reserve to help offset some of the ambulance calls within the county. Over the years, it's been difficult to staff that ambulance with volunteer EMTs. There's just not that many left in this community. One of the other goals was to help CNCC College with their EMT program. They have since stopped that program and are no longer offering that service. So after discussions, and then Maybell here recently, the Maybell ambulance recently having mechanical issues with their primary ambulance, I felt it was in the best interest to go ahead and move this ambulance that has been very well maintained, has very low miles on it, to Maybell to help continue the services to the western portion of Moffett County. They have the largest area in the county to cover, and they need a very reliable vehicle to continue providing services to that area. So I'm asking that the commissioners allow me to move forward with this. The ambulance was purchased with a grant through Colorado Department of Public Health. One of the stipulations was that the ambulance, if it was sold, that the money go back to Colorado Department of Public Health. We have exceeded the time limit on that grant, so it is ours currently, but they still wish to be kept in the loop of this. And with discussions with them, we are not really selling this ambulance. We are just transferring it within the county to another EMS provider. So they were very grateful for that we could continue the use of this and be able to keep services again to the western portion of the county. So what I'd like to do is present the keys and letter authorizing that to Tanya Stoffel, who is overseeing currently the Maybell ambulance services, so that they can continue operation with a reliable vehicle. Any questions?
I don't have any.
Nope.
Appreciate that it's going to go to a good source and that's going to be helpful to them.
Mm-hmm.
So
I know it's been tough to staff it.
it's been tough to staff, but we'll still keep the EMS reserve program working. Working on that currently as to how we can keep that going in cooperation with MRH and Maybell. There's still a need for that, but it's just difficult to find local EMTs. So
Any motions or?
Yes, we do.
Chair, I'll make, ready?
there's your letter.
Make a
There's your
motion to
keys.
transfer the EMS reserve ambulance to Maybell EMS.
Second?
All right, any further discussion?
Nope.
All in favor?
Aye.
I,
Thank
yeah,
you.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Right there.
You're driving it back to work.
Good day.
Right out there in the fire lane.
In the fire lane.
Right up there.
I'll get a ticket.
Okay, Office of Development Services, Neil Binder.
Morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
What do we got first?
Exterior painting.
Painting. Okay. All right. This is regarding the Public Safety Center painting project, which we went out for an RFP on July 29th. And we received only one contractor at our pre-bid meeting, which we held on the 14th of August. They did come through and drop off a bid, which we requested by the 21st, and that is the Paint Viking. He, looking through the bid, looks like he's going to go above and beyond the services that we were asking for in doing a clear coat on the base, the unpainted brick. So with that said, his bid came in at $39,750, which is under our allocated amount of $48,000. So pretty good bid.
He painted our church last year. He did a great job.
Well, good.
Great people. Yeah.
Questions for Neil?
I'll make a motion to approve the Paint Viking to paint the safety center in the amount of $39,750.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All right.
Motion carried. And your Loudy Simpson irrigation?
Yep. This has been something that's been looming for well over a year now. And we've been searching for a design and engineering company to go in and look at our current infrastructure for the irrigation out at Loudy Simpson. When I was full-time last year, we started that search, and we put some money aside to try to find somebody for this year. And once I came back in March, we started that search again, and we have had a hard time finding anybody that's willing to do the work. So I thought, in the best interest of the county, as well as our time that we have left for this year, in getting a contractor out there to look at that before the snow flies, I thought that it was best to offer a sole source contract, which, pursuant to the Moffett County purchasing policy, a sole source contract may be entered into when a competitive bid process is not feasible, such as when there is only one source for an item or service. Pursuant to Section 24-103-205 of the Colorado Revised Statutes, a contract may be awarded for an item service without competition when a procurement official, myself, determines in writing there is only one source for the required item. And after reviewing the estimate from Hines, which you guys have, this quote stays within our threshold of $25,000 or under, which means we do not have to go to an RFP process as well. So just one more reason that I recommend a sole source contract. So I'm asking for you guys to approve a sole source contract to Hines Inc., which is a Colorado company. They do business in other states, but they are based in Colorado as well.
Questions? Right. What's your pleasure?
Chair, I'll make a motion.
Walk down.
No. I'll make a motion that, we present the sole source bid, recommendation to Heinz Company for the Loudy Simpson irrigation design in the amount of 25,000, not to exceed $25,000.
Second.
Any further discussion, if you'd like to hold anything up?
No.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. And with that, we are finished with business today. We're adjourned.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dale. I'm going to the fairgrounds.
Are you gonna
I'll be back.
back for the meeting with
Is that, are they coming here?
and
It's a Zoom, yeah. Yeah. Kyler's meeting me there at 10, or at 9. So
Okay.
I'll be back.
Tanya, are we doing a photo?
A photo shoot.
Photo shoot with you?
Photo op or anything.
Is there an ambulance today?
I'm gonna get labor on that. I can do it in the dress.
Go to Bear River Designs.
Bear River Design.
Bear River Designs.
What is that?
Yeah.